What did I do? I don't think I actually turned my game off or my system off lately, but if I leave it too long, the Warframe will just like disconnect me from the server and I have to restart the whole thing. So anyway, Cyan, give me a thumbs up you here. Where's this north? Are you north of Cyan? I can't remember. People's got the weird pseudonyms going again. Yeah, okay. I thought that was you, but you had alias at the back, and I was like, oh, North had North alias, and I couldn't remember. Okay, so, new player stuff. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, you picked the right frame. So don't worry about not picking mag. Let me tell you two things. One, you can get anything in this game. You can get anything. Like, you don't have to buy shit. The only things you really have to buy are maybe slots, which are fucking losing control. Ooh, okay, hold on. Yeah, these are slots. Those cost platinum. You probably know platinum's up here. Don't actually spend that. That's real money. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say this. Don't worry about spending platinum. Okay? The first big thing is you can make platinum. That platinum up there I've earned. And I've done it by selling prime parts and Iatan sculptures and rivens. So you're going to make things. You're going to find things that you can sell to other players for platinum. And you're probably going to be buying platinum from other players at some point. There's that. What I was trying to find, and I realized I was out. I'm going to give you a really quick caveat here. There are players that have been along, like, they've been around a lot longer than I have. So I still consider myself somewhat of a new player. And I've been playing this game for 300 hours. So just take that with a grain of salt. I don't know everything about this game yet. There's still more to learn. So this is a huge fucking game. It is insane how big this fucking thing is. So I'm going to go back where I said previously. Excalibur, I think, was the right choice. I'm just going to say that right now. And don't worry about picking the wrong weapons in the beginning. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to show you. You can actually buy some weapons for credits. I didn't know this at first. Like, you go down here. You have your available weapons. These are the ones you already have. You go way down here. And you see how these have this little symbol up here, that platinum symbol. Some of them will have credits. So you can buy a Bratton, you can buy a Strong, you can buy the Paris, you can buy the starting equipment there, and I think you can buy a Scanna. Where is it? Oh. Dang, okay, you can't buy that one. That sucks. But you can make it. And that doesn't take too long. But basically, I mean, look at all these things I have. Don't sweat the starting equipment. All I would say is what you do have, get it to rank 30. Get it to its max level. Because what you really need and what this game is based off is mastery rank. And mastery rank goes up when you master weapons. Like, you see how it says max rank there? So there's that. But I'm just gonna say, like, don't worry about flying through this game, you know? It's a huge fucking game. I'm on Pluto. I have one more planet open up, and I'm still working on it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. You know what? It would have been nice if I'd found that out, like, at the beginning and not when I was, like, 3 months in. Because I had just started building shit. Okay, but here's an important thing. You are not going to have immediate access to several things unless you join a clan. So if you're going to be playing with Caleb and I think you said Frozen, I don't remember who you said. But you guys need to make a clan together. It's going to take some resources, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Because you get this thing. So you can get the landing craft foundry, which is important because it allows you to make air support charges, which is a helpful boon on levels. And it also lets you get the archwing launcher. And the archwing launcher lets you fly around Earth and Venus with your archwing. And you probably don't have an archwing yet. You don't know what I'm talking about. Archwings take our ninja space game and they turn it into a really crappy version of Ace Combat. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. We'll go do a quick one. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. So I'll say, like, one big thing on Warframe. It's amazing. It's free. Like, it's amazing that there is a game like this that is free. I'm gonna say no, brother. And yeah, I immediately noticed that too. I'm probably talking over the game right now, aren't I? Okay. I noticed that as well. The extractors really aren't that viable. So yeah, this is archwings. They're not particularly fun. Like, if these weren't mandatory missions to do, I would enjoy them a lot more, but they aren't. So this is basically a whole nother mode of game. You have your archwing, you have different weapons. Basically, you get to mod them and upgrade them like your regular things. But the reason why this is so important is, and I'll show you this as soon as we're, you know what, we can fucking leave, I don't care. Just wanted to show you that. When you're walking around, there's two open world levels. On Earth, that is the plains of Eidolon, and on Venus, that is the Orb Vallis. And it takes forever if you don't have an archwing. So yeah, we'll just go to plains of Eidolon real quick. I'll show you how long it takes. So that's something you cannot get if you don't have a clan. And the other thing is dragon keys. Now, dragon keys, when you get to a certain point in the game, will allow you to get certain mods that are worth a lot of platinum, which will help you earn platinum and earn those extra slots you need to have multiple warframes, multiple weapons, all that shit. So yeah, the big thing, if you're not part of a clan, join a clan. There's a million new player clans, and I'm pretty sure, honest to God, like, there was a huge dispute. Oh, we're at night. There was a huge dispute recently over the developers' new player guide program, because it was very what's the word? They're only bringing in friends, and it was a lot of undesirable types, and it was really redundant, because if you go into region chat or you go into recruiting chat and ask for help trying to finish a planet or trying to finish a level, you'll get help. If you ask for someone to help show you where to farm, they'll help show you where to get different resources. You know, I just did this last night. Like, I was just sitting here trying to do my own thing, or not really even doing my own thing. I was trying to farm for resources, and I saw someone in recruiting asked for help, where to level up quickly, and I sent him a suggestion, and we had a conversation. We ended up playing a little bit together, and now he's my buddy. You know, it's just like that. So the game is wonderful, the community is great, everyone is here to help you, you know? And I'm going to say this, do not rush through this game. This is definitely one of those games where the journey is far more important than the destination, because really, we don't have a destination right now. There is no end game. That's part of it. That's part of the big problem with the game right now, is Fashion Frame right now is just the end game because no one has anything better to do. And there's players who are 6 years still playing this game for no reason. That's good. Okay. So if you're playing with, like, are you guys all playing together in a little team? No, it's not decent. I haven't even done Conclave yet, and I know it's bad. Don't sweat Conclave. Okay, that's good. So, oh yeah, before I leave, I wanted to show you this. So, this is the Plains of Eidolon. It's big. It's super fucking big. So let's say we want to get to Mount Nang, right? Just walking there would take forever. But you have your archwing launcher, wherever it is. And you can fly there. And the best part about this is you can just dodge. Oh, you get your main weapon. Okay, I haven't actually played with this thing yet. You get to dodge all this bullshit down here. Like, this is a big like a big Grineer base with a turret. And see, they're fucking pissed. They wouldn't be happy if you came flying through, if you came walking through here, you know? They're shooting missiles at me. I'm upside down. Yeah. So this is definitely like again, over 300 hours in this game. This is my very first time taking this thing out. What is that? Oh, there's an Eidolon down here. Oh, I can't stop. How do you stop? Oh shit. Oh, there's the moon, by the way. You'll be getting there too, don't worry about that. So I'm not going to spoil anything about the mission for you, because I know, like, the mission, the story... What did I say mission? I meant story. The story is... I call it good. Other people would disagree with me. It's fun. I'll kind of say that. It's a fun story. So I'm going to leave it... I'll just leave it at that. I'm not really going to answer many story-related questions. But yeah, let me get back to Cetus and I'll show you a few more tricks. But I would recommend, even if you like, if you guys are playing together and learning together, that's okay. But don't try and get a taxi. Don't try and fly through, because this game is very much one that's like related to wow, you just keep going. Okay. This game is very much one that you want to try and learn how to play on your own, because there's a lot here, you know. And the later game, like the later levels in the game, this becomes so important. Being able to aim, glide, and bullet jump, and all of that becomes incredibly important. What'd I get experience for? Huh. So you go up here. You see this little thing? This indicates how you join up. So public means that when you go into a mission, it's going to automatically put you in with a bunch of random people. You know? Like, if you're just resource grinding, if you don't need to try and, like, if it's not imperative you get through that area, that's fine. You want to help other people, that's okay too, but don't rely on it. It can be a huge crutch. Friends only, that's probably what you're going to want. So just set it to friends only, and then it's only going to be you guys. No one's going to pop in and out. Another big thing, if you're in public, this is something super important. It's one of the big problems of the game right now. It's called host migration. I'm not sure if you've had it yet, but sometimes in a mission, people get frustrated and leave. They can just quit the mission. If your host, if the guy with the number 1 by his name does that, you get a host migration. That means you get kicked out, it has to assign a new host, and you go back into that mission. Most of the time you're going to get the normal progress, like where you just were. You'll be exactly the same place. Sometimes it's going to kick you out completely. It'll say can't reassign you to that mission. It's going to put you back in your orbiter. That's bad. That's super fucking bad, especially if you have resources that you don't want to lose. Especially if you've got a good drop for that time. Like, say there's several assassin characters that'll pop up randomly. If they drop something good, you get host migrated, migration fails, kicked out, you don't get it. I've had that happen before. It fucking sucks. So I would advise against playing with public until you know what you're doing. Now going back to Excalibur, I said it before, but you picked the right frame, because Excalibur can get you through all of this. You can clear the entire map with Excalibur. And it's only till you get, like, to the very end game, and I said there's no end game, but there's, like, I guess there's two real things. Up here, these are called sorties, and look at the levels.
It is time. I will teach these trespassers the redemptive power of my youngest king.
Okay, Vor.
They will learn its
Vor, quiet. Thank you, okay. So there's level 50 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100. 100 is kind of the highest point. And then Eris, what? Someone's on Pluto. Oh, no, never mind. 45 is okay. So there's that, and then there is another mission type that's unlocked when you clear the entire star chart. So that means you've done every mission, which takes a while. So at that's kind of the point where you begin trying to find prime stuff. So I'm just gonna say use what you want. I would say buy everything that you can buy for credits in the market. Buy for credits. Try it out. I can start pointing you towards like directions in terms of meta, but I'd really rather you just kind of find what you want to do. You know, there is a million different classes of weapons. There's a million different ways to play. Just try everything. Find your favorite frame. You know. I just got this Mesa Prime, but one of my favorites. Who is my favorite right now? I've been playing with Nyx lately. Not that. I really need to get rid of that one. This is probably one of my favorite frames right now, and she sucks. Like, she downright blows chunks. She's at the lowest of everyone's tier lists right now. Oh, absolutely, yeah, you're gonna get a million. You're gonna get a million frames. Let me show you where to get frames. It's super fucking... It's a lot easier than I thought it was. So, let's not look at Earth. Let's look at Venus. Venus is a good example. One of the quickest frames that you can get if you don't like yours... where is the assassination? Nope. Fossa. Here we go. So, these are assassination missions. I think every planet has at least one. And Nyx is this particular case. Up here, you actually get these by doing invasions. So if we go, where's one with the whole... No, where's one with the whole bunch? Oh, I guess I don't know. But if you do these invasions up here, and you find an assassination, you can get her parts. And then Oberon just drops from a certain an enemy called an Eximus, so you can get him. I've had to sell like I think 20 sets of his stuff. So you do these, you get the parts. They drop randomly, so you might be doing it for a while, and then you go over here in the market. Now the frames themselves. You're going to want to learn how to navigate this thing. This chroma here is 375... Actually, no, chroma's a bad example. Ember. Ember is 225 platinum. That means you're buying the whole frame completely assembled. What you want is the blueprint. So you buy the blueprint, and it's obviously in credits, so it's not platinum. And then you farm the parts... You go down here, you build the parts in your foundry, and then you put it all together. It will usually take, I think, 4 or 5 days. Like, each part, if you get lucky and build them all together, yeah, 12 hours and then 72 hours for a whole blueprint. And that's the easy way to get them. And then there's also these story missions. These have kind of been the things that I've been working on this week. My last few streams. These four, all right here, are where you get certain frames. I think that Nidus, Mirage, Titania, and Octavia. So there are, I want to say 8. Let's look at the codex here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, not really 5. 5, 6. There's a couple. You'll get frames by doing the missions, and honestly, hey, you get a chance, do this one. Do Octavia's Anthem. Octavia's one of the best frames. Like, hands down, meta-wise, she does everything. So I would recommend you guys just make yourself a little clan. Oh, the other, I almost forgot to show you. Where do I want to show you here? Keys. Here we go. These keys. These will open up rooms, I think, either in the derelict, which you need keys to get into, or I think it's the void. I think it's the derelict now I think about it. And those derelicts, those dragon key rooms, have some very valuable mods in them. So I don't know how much you've played around with mods too much yet. Several things I've come to realize, and some of these are more recent than others. So we have a whole shit ton of mods here. Let's do that. Don't worry about these. We'll get to those later. These are called rivens. You're not going to see them for a long time. These are primed mods. These are story mission mods. So you have a mod. Yeah. That's just these little blue bulbs at the bottom. So you see it's got the effect, it's got how much it costs up here, and its polarity. Those little blue bulbs at the bottom of the card indicate how much has been upgraded. So this continuity, which I don't know why I upgraded that one. This enemy sense has plus 12 enemy radar. A regular... Oh no, let me find one. Flow, here we go. Flow, plus 25% max energy. Maxed out, plus 72%. So you can see a lot of these are much better once you upgrade them. When you're upgrading them, you're going to go in there. As you tap over, you're going to see the benefits and how much extra it costs. This is your endo. You've probably been picking it up bits and pieces. The rule of thumb that Warframe General over on 4chan has always said is don't go up to rank 10. Now what they mean by that is let me find a rank 10 one. Here we go, reflex guard. You see how I can... God damn, I don't even know how many there are there. A bunch. So look how much that costs to max out. 300,000 endo, 1.4 million credits for 100% parry angle. Like, it doesn't justify the costs, you know. So always kind of like there's very few I've actually maxed out, and most of them are these little 3 rank ones where it doesn't cost a whole lot anyway. Oh. Okay, we'll come back to that. I don't know what to do with that thing. Cannot fuse. Oh. Oh, that's crap. Don't buy that. That's crap. I just realized that. Grab. Okay, so... Oof, that's kind of a hard question. So, yes, there are some mods that will drop more than others. Let me go over here to the codex. We'll take a look at some beginning enemies on Earth. So, Frontier Lancer. You see here, he has a common drop of Pressure Point Vitality, diamond skin, heated charge, heavy trauma, you're going to get a lot of vitalities and pressure points. So for damage, I'm going to say pressure point is your best bet. Always mod for damage first. So let's take a look at this bad boy. We're going to mod it real quick. And I'll show you what I mean. What? No, you know what? Let's pick something I can actually monkey with. We'll go with my Karak Wraith. I don't remember which one I want to keep. I don't think this one. Okay. So, let me show you. There's a whole bunch of mods for a whole bunch of different things. The first thing you want to focus on is damage. After that, you're going to want to look and ask yourself, what does your weapon do more? Does it have more chance in status? Does it have more chance in crits? So in this case, the Wraith is going to do more in status. But what does that mean? So basically that means that this weapon, once it's fully maxed out, once it's fully modded like that, you notice how that percentage is so much higher than that one? That means the focus on status, it's going to do a lot more status effects. So in this case, viral, I have that damage type. That means that it cuts the enemy's health in half, that red bar, which is completely gone. Whereas critical hit, it's basically what you'd expect. It does a critical hit. There's 4 kinds though. There's yellow, orange, and red. Not 3 kinds. There might be a purple, now that I think about it. I don't remember how deep the rabbit hole goes on that. But it basically, this crit multiplier determines how much more damage you do. So the way you calculate damage, and I might be talking at my ass here, okay? Just bear with me. There's a lot more ways you can mess with damage and all this, but instead of thinking like, okay, so the Karak's going to do 9.3 plus 7.8 plus 14.1. No, it's doing 9.3 puncture, 7.8 slash, and 14.1 impact with each shot. So those are 3 different damage types it's doing simultaneously to one enemy. That means that enemy is going to be getting a different amount of damage from that, because their armor or their flesh or whatever you're hitting on them, their shields, the armor, their hit points, has different resistances and different weaknesses. That's good, bud. That's fine. And you know what? If I'm talking too fast, let me know. So I try and slow down. I also plan on putting this up on YouTube, so it'll be there for future generations. So when we're saying that, you might look and think, okay, impact. That's its biggest damage. I'm going to go ahead and try and mod it for more impact damage. Be careful with that. So we're going to go find ourselves an impact. Where is it? Rupture. Plus 5% impact. And so we went up from 14.1, 14.6. Not a whole lot of difference. Alright? That's the problem. That's why you want to try and what's the word? Boost your mods. I want to say mod your mods. So here we have, for the exact same amount, we have Serration. That's your base damage mod. 50% damage. So we put that on there. We put it over here. Look at that. All our damage went up, and it only cost us 2. So when you take a polarity and you match it to its correct space, it cuts that cost in half completely. Boom, gone. Now here's the cool thing. You say, okay, I've got some endo, I've got some spare credits, I want to boost this even more. You can go straight from the mod, from your arsenal to your modding station. just by hitting that little button there. It's going to be something for you because I'm on a council, but you can just hit that right there. And this has all the mods installed on it right now because there's 3 different areas. But yeah, you can fuse it up here. 1, 2. And you see how that jumped up from 15 to 45? And it keeps going up. You have to ask yourself, though, how much is too much? You see right there. I don't have enough credits for that. So let's just say we're going to put that rank 3. That's 60% plus. I don't remember what that is. Huh. Okay. Now there's something important. You saw right there it said, okay, you don't have the capacity for this on this weapon, this mod spot. We'll go back. Because you have 3 of these. You have configure 1 to A, B, and C. If you don't, it'll let you know, but it'll try and auto-configure some of those. So now, look at that. Instead of 15, we have 60%. Now the other big thing, and I don't know exactly when you're going to start seeing this, is multi-shot. Damage and multi-shot are the 2 big things, because multi-shot is damage. So what am I talking about? Split chamber right here, plus 90% multi-shot. What does that mean? Instead of firing 1 bullet, I don't remember how many it bursts into, but it fires multiple. So basically you're doing more damage. Just like that. You see how much more I got there, and it boosts your status. So split chamber and vigilante armaments, and I think you get vigilante from doing bounties on Earth. I don't particularly remember. You're gonna have to look that up. If you have any questions about this game, go to the Warframe wiki. It's got so much information, so helpful. So there's those. Now, if you have a status weapon, you're going to want to build status, and there's several ways to do this. First off, you're probably going to find rifle aptitude. Now, if you see there, it's only 15%. That's not great. And I'm honestly, most times I actually skip it, because there's other ways you can go. Wildfire, I remember finding, well, not wildfire, that's the wrong one. Malignant Force. This one you're probably not going to see for a while. I think you can get this from Lua, if I remember correctly. Or the Moon. But let's look at what it says. It says 6% toxin, 6% status chance. And I may have to cut this off here. I think my wife's coming home soon. Boom, look at that. 72%. And it adds a damage type. So each and every damage type has its own status proc. So toxin, it ticks off. It's like poison. Slash does the same thing. It's kind of like bleed in Dark Souls. If you want other ones, you can combine 2. So it says here, I just made gas. You get that from fire and toxin put together. Toxin, fire. It only gets kind of weird when you start adding multiples on. You see how it's different now? Heat's off, but now we have viral, which is toxin and cold. Blast, fire and cold, and then toxins on the bottom. And you can do this ad nauseum. And then I'll say one more thing and probably go after this about melee weapons. So melee weapons, what you're going to want to look for is these called stances. Now stances are important because they do something beneficial. They go up here with this combo. Not only they change up your fighting style so you have more moves. And yeah, there's combos in this game, so get a fight stick, I guess. But if you have a stance mod that fits that polarity, look up here. That stance mod, because it's up there. Adds bonus capacity. So there's that. It's super important you try and find stance mods. They're usually the rarest to drop from enemies. And it's oftentimes it's super hard to actually get the ones you need. So yeah. When you're modding your weapons, look for either does it do more crit or does it have a higher status chance. Focus on one or the other. Monkey around with the damage types. I think there's like 12. But find the one that you particularly like. Look up which ones are more important or do more damage to what kind of enemies. And oh. Ran out of steam. The other thing you can do is when you hover over a mission, it tells you what faction you're fighting. So that's always helpful to kind of figure out what you need to bring along. So you have Infestation here, you got Grineer there. If you're fighting Grineer, you're going to want Puncture, and you're going to want Toxic and Corrosive damage, because those affect armor the most. If you're fighting the Corpus, you're going to want Impact, and you got, I think, Electricity or Toxic. Not Toxic, Viral. Because Viral just bypasses their shields completely, and Impact does more damage to them. Alright. So yeah, that completes, I guess, the first lesson in Fate Attack's new person player's guide. Hope that helped out. Oh, I should say, be prepared if you start fucking with the syndicates. No problem, bud. If you start fucking with these guys at rank 3, be prepared for a long haul. I think I immediately started in.
We stand behind you.
Okay, get out of the way, Glast. I'm only on the 3rd rank for them, and these guys hate me. They constantly drop shit on me. Alright, so be prepared. There's going to be consequences if you align yourself one way or the other. I started with the parent sequence, I have the other 4 hating me. Odds are if you start with either, like, any of these guys, you're going to have only parent sequence and Loke going against you. Kind of a consideration. And yeah, like I said earlier, don't worry with PvP. I don't think it's particularly fun. I haven't tried it yet. But there's all different kinds, like there's completely different weapon types and whatnot. So, one of these days I'll actually give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, wish you guys luck. I'll probably be, once I have a computer that actually functions again, I will join you on the PC. And actually, I want to get a Switch for the sole reason that this is actually on the Switch. I don't know if you knew that, and I don't know if you have a Switch or not, but yeah, this game's on the Switch. It doesn't run very well yet, because it's a fucking current-gen game on that dinky thing. But yeah. All my videos up on YouTube of me playing so far. You can kind of, I would recommend, don't watch the story missions. Don't let that be spoiled. If you haven't watched most, if you haven't seen most of it already, enjoy that aspect of the game for what it is. Particularly right now, and I'll say a big fucking caveat. This is my guide for May 29th, 2019. Because May 29th, 2013, this game looked completely different. And May 29th, 2022, this game's going to look completely different again. It always changes. Always changes. Who the heck is that? Huh, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Best of luck. If you have any more questions, just let me know.